Welcome to the Age of Aquarius. This is Amina, your survival guide in the Age of Aquarius, and I hope you're doing well. This reading is for the weekend time frame for June the 10th, and the energy, as I always say, can kind of move in and out, give or take 3 days before or after. So some of you, this might have already occurred. So it could be something that's already happened or is going to happen soon. But these readings are marked for Aquarius. But keep in mind, everybody has Aquarius in their chart, and this is the age of Aquarius. So these readings, this energy will affect you in one way or another, whether you're on one side of the fence or the other side of the fence. It doesn't matter. I want to welcome all my new subs and all the current subscribers. You guys are so amazing. The energy that I pick up from some of you, it's just mind-blowing. You guys really, wow. Yeah. Regardless of what's going on in the outside environment, you guys are thriving, and I can feel that energy. You know what that is? That's a good sign, a really good sign for the future. And I do want to send all of you infinite Terra, that's heart spelled backwards, and infinite, the grandest gratitude that you can imagine. You really are here for the right reasons. And this channel, what is this channel about? Well, first of all, let's look at the word channel. Oftentimes they call telepathy channeling. Sometimes they call people letting other spirits enter their body channeling. I do not consider those the same. They are quite different. To me, what I hear from my team comes in via telepathy. No extra entity or deity gets to share my biosuit, ever. So I just want people to be very clear. The difference between channeling and telepathy. Some people call it the same thing. It is not. The energy is different. One is where you're letting somebody communicate to you through the energy waves. The other one's quite literally allowing an entity into your body, which is AKA possession. And when that happens, that is not... I always fear for the ones that allow that possession to happen because it's a soul contract. Not a great idea. Especially when you don't know who you're bargaining with. Okay? So keep that in mind. Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up because there's so much confusion. People are like, oh, I'm channeling. Are you channeling or are you getting telepathy from your teams? You need to figure that out because they are not the same thing. Okay? Okay. Everybody take a really deep breath. Part of what this channel is about is healing and also teaching you what I know about all those years of research that I have spent in the Gnostic teachings, in Gnosis, basically, learning the truth. Because to me, the Ace of Swords is the most important card in the entire tarot deck. It's my favorite card. That is integrity, truth, and clarity. It is the sword of destiny. Yeah. And this channel is about healing the future in the age of Aquarius. Where are we all headed? Where would you like us to head? Have you ever stopped and envisioned a world that's completely healed and not walking in ego or being doormats? Have you envisioned what that might be like? You know, a lot of people talk about whether we should have guns or not have guns. If everybody's walking in balance, there would be no need for them. Unfortunately, right now it's like the Wild West, so in order to protect ourselves, they might be necessary. My hope is that we can get through to enough people and heal them using what my team tells me will help everybody. This 528 hertz. That is the key of me in the solfeggio frequencies. This is heart chakra energy, green to yellow. So we're looking at the heart and we're looking at the solar plexus area. But mostly this is about the heart, because the heart, what this key does is it cures the memes. We have a lot of people running around that are walking around in ego. Me, 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 me. I. It's all about me. And then we have the others on the other side of the fence that are walking in, I'm going to sacrifice myself for everybody else. Doormats. They are the empaths that are the prey of the egoic psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists. It doesn't matter what word you use to describe them. Those three are the same thing. It's just varying degrees of the same problem. Disconnected from the heart chakra. This right here fixes that. So they tell me. There's lots of scientific research being done on the frequencies and what they do, and both the positive and negative frequencies. And this key is the key to miracles. They call it the miracle key. This has been studied to help repair DNA. It also lowers cortisol, which is the hormone in your body that releases during high stress. It is also responsible for what makes you pack on pounds for no apparent reason. You look the direction of a piece of cake and wow, do you gain the weight. That's cortisol for you. It makes you way too efficient at packing on. You literally need next to nothing to sustain life. Quite literally, just looking at it, not kidding. Everything's energy. And if you start looking at it, I guarantee you the calories are starting to rack, no matter what you do. Anyway, this lowers the cortisol. This also, it lowers chronogranian A. What is chronogranian A? It's a marker in your saliva that they use to check for cancers. It also will show up at elevated levels when you have extreme stress and extreme autoimmune issues, a cascading that's starting to happen in your system because of broken DNA. Why is our DNA broken? Why are our hearts so broken? Look at this reading. Why are our hearts so broken? Yeah. Anyway, this also increases the hormone of oxytocin in your system, which is the thing that makes you feel good and balanced and like everything's right. And it also increases testosterone in the brain, which relieves anxiety. You know, the Nine of Swords is a big feature in the tarot. What do they call it? The Cathedral of the Damned. Anxiety personified. This trauma-based system that we have been living in has everybody in fear mode. This cures that. It makes you realize we lack nothing. Lack mentality is a huge problem. But this rebalances. There's a toroidal field that happens between your right and left hemispheres of your brain and your heart. It is quite literally your engine. A bunch of people are running around in ego, the psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, running around in ego, service to self, and they will step on whoever they have to get where they need to go. There's always a give and take in taking any path. And it's interesting because people have tied people that have made contracts with either the music industry or the Hollywood, etc. And the extremes that they go to get what they want. They want to be seen. They want to be validated. They want to be adored. Why is that? Because they probably never were. That's a problem. And they sell their soul quite literally. And it's interesting because there's a list showing those people that got what they wanted, no matter what they had to do or who they had to step on. And most of them lost somebody significant close to them within a very short time frame of them actually succeeding and making it. That's no joke. You can look it up. There's a price to pay for everything. Energy exchange, the flow of energy. They were willing to sacrifice everything, including those that they love, to get what they wanted. I'm here to teach you not to be a doormat and be service to others so much that you're giving yourself away. You're literally giving away your soul, not just selling it, giving it away. And then those that are in the ego, gotta get mine, gotta, mess over this person I'm working for because that'll get me this. Yeah, we need to change our way of thinking. We need to reevaluate. Because look where it's led us. Look at the education system. Look at the medical system. It's so tragically broken. Teachers that don't want to be teachers anymore because it's too dangerous. Because the kids are so out of control. Anyway, this channel is about healing. Trying to, how would I say it? Make some logic and sense. Very Aquarian energy. And some practicality that needs to be added out of this world and what we can do to change it. And then this place is made of light and sound. The Egyptians knew this. All the ancient civilizations knew these things. They had the technology because it is quite literally hacking the holodeck, hacking the matrix, because everything here is light and sound, made of numbers. See that number on that key? That's the key we're going to use to launch everything. a brand new beginning, healing. Think about this. In the playlist I have here on the channel, it's called the Marian Method. In that playlist, it tells you how to use this very key to heal yourselves. Heals DNA, scientifically proven. Yep. Heals much more than that. It reconnects your heart chakra to the left and right hemispheres of the brain to complete that upside down pyramid. That's the divine cup. That is the Holy Grail. That circuit. That's part of what that cup stands for. It's a circuit. It's a battery. You are little batteries. You are also, your DNA are receivers and transmitters. Of what? Energy. And also that telepathic communication and things that people have the ability to do, like myself. That comes from aligning your DNA and healing it. Some of us are just more talented than others when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Some of us are just more gifted in some ways. But that doesn't mean anything bad. That means if you're not getting telepathy, it's possible that you have other gifts that you're not even aware of. Because everybody is born with intuition, that gut feeling. All of you are. Oh, that person's getting ready to do something bad here in the store. You feel that energy coming in. It's like when somebody negative walks in a room. Everybody can feel it. They know it. Or most of them do. Depends on how disconnected they are. Anyway, this cures the problem. This, using that Marian method, the Marian method is literally taking a bath in salt water. Or if you're, excuse me, lucky enough to live next to the ocean or the sea, you can do it there too. Here's the brilliance of the whole thing. This frequency, remember, water is programmable. Have you guys seen how you do certain energies towards water and it freezes into different patterns, right? And the way it looks when you've been focusing bad energy at it and what it looks like when you focus good energy at it. Okay? This, not only are you programming your biosuit, which is made mostly of what? Water. The salt makes the water, excuse me, more electrically conductive. You program the water with this. That includes your biosuit. You place it between your eyes, okay, while your ears are submerged in the salt water, okay? And think about this. Energy's fluid, and it flows in and out. And when one molecule of water touches another molecule, it exchanges the energy. The energy flows in and out through it. So when you release that water you've just programmed with 528 hertz, not only have you programmed that water, but yourself. That water is going to go connect to the rest of the waters. Okay? We live in a giant terrarium. The water evaporates up to the sky, rains back down, and it starts touching all the other waters. You personally, with this frequency, go out to other people carrying this frequency with you, and it can't help but get into their water, into their biosuit. So you're not having to force anybody to do anything. It happens via osmosis, quite literally. I have a reverse osmosis drinking water system. Yep. Anyway, that's how this works. That's why it works. Scientific, science, math. It's in black and white. I've got a playlist here on the channel that cites some of the studies. I've got more of them I need to put up. I haven't done yet. I've got so much to do. But this channel is going to teach you about the negative energies and the positive energies or frequencies. And it's also about healing you and healing the planet in turn, all at the same time. Because when you heal those waters, just think the plants drink the water. You're healing everything on the planet, literally. So not only are you helping yourself out, but you're helping out the environment all in one fell swoop. That's what I call brilliant. Anyway, you came here for some healing, and that's precisely what we're going to do. And we're also going to talk about the energy that's coming up from the holodeck, from the grand machine in the sky, the astrology. These cards are connected to that. Anyway, let's get some 528 hertz, beautiful key of me into our bodies right now. It helps when you listen to it on a headset, okay? At approximately 80 dB, so comfortably loud, okay? But this fork, that vibration in your actual hand changes the game. It ups the ante, so to speak. Yes, listening to 528 on your headset and stuff like that is beneficial. It takes longer for you to repair using that method. But I definitely say get that, play it in your house all day long, in your work, whatever. Keep that going. And I do have a playlist that with some 528 hertz. That definitely is playing 528 hertz because it needs to be constantly in there. It can't be jumbled in with a whole bunch of other stuff. It needs to be pure 528 hertz. Okay. And it needs to be solid sound. Okay. So use the ones that I put in the playlist. Those I have verified are indeed 528 hertz. All right. But this fork in your hand is a whole nother ball game. When you have the actual vibrational energy sitting here, my husband and I are going to do a video showing you what it does, how particles react to this. It's amazing. I actually program my water with this. I'll strike it and then touch the cup my water's in and reprogram the water I'm drinking with this energy. I program the food. I say grace over my food and think of things that I'm grateful for and program the food that I eat. Remember, being grateful, being in gratitude, what does that get you? It puts you in joy. Because when you really feel grateful about something, it's going to put you in pure joy. And when you're in that frequency of pure joy, that allows you to be reprogrammed and healed. Okay? Because that is receiving energy. So you're receiving and transmitting all at the same time. And you're doing it at this frequency. Okay? That's what Ascension's all about. Vibrating at a new higher frequency. All right. So let's heal ourselves. Remember what we always do. It's a nice deep breath in through the nose as I strike this key, and you're breathing in that energy. Just think of this beautiful green flow of water energy going in your nose. And it's going in there and just cleaning out all the negative energy out of your system. all the toxicity, all the trauma, all of it. And I want you to feel like you're just right here, right now. Nowhere else. There's no problems in the world. Nothing else exists right now except for you right here, right now, healing yourself. Okay. And really loving yourself, because that heart energy is important, because loving yourself is where it begins, because most people hate themselves. Seriously. They really do. We got to fix that. Anyway, so deep breath in through the nose, long and slow, relax, shake those muscles out. Just kind of get all wiggly and wormy and gummy wormy. Okay, here we go. And then you're going to release through your mouth all that negative energy. Here we go. Let me get where I can make sure I see it. Okay. Release it. Let it all go. We're going to do it one more time, and I add a little dimension to it for you. So remember, breathe in the energy, and then let it go. Let all that go. Okay, here we go. Good. One more time. Very good. Just relax. Just be right here in the moment. Because right now, that's all that matters. Living in the here and now. Trying to heal ourselves and relax and flush all that from, the energy from the week. Because based on this reading, a lot of you have had some negative things come up. And we need to release it and come to life anyway, regardless. It's kind of like I said, there's always, no matter how bad your circumstances, no matter how bad it or difficult things get, there's always at least one thing that you can be grateful for. Focus on that. Because when you do, nothing else matters, and it puts you in joy, which is a very high frequency. And that frequency will help heal you, and it helps you be a receiver and transmitter all at the same time. Okay? All right. So, the astrology. We're still at that interesting Pluto retrograde. This is tropically, by the way, not Vedically, tropically. And yes, it is retrograde Vedically as well, but where it's placed is different. That's the only thing. It's like everything kind of steps back a turn by one zodiac sign, basically, backwards for Vedic. Anyway, so Pluto is retrograde. He is standing at the 0 degree. He's on the fence between Aquarius and Capricorn. Okay. And directly square the nodes, which those are almost coming into an alignment at 0 degrees between Scorpio and Libra, and 0 degrees between Aries and Taurus. Very close. So transitioning from fixed sign energy over to our cardinal signs. Okay. So here's the thing. He's in direct opposition to Venus in Leo. Okay. That's divine feminine energy. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So what I am seeing here, there's good and bad going on, which that's very typical, the yin, the yang. But some of you have some difficult relationships with air signs, or air signs are having difficulty with other air signs, or Taurus. So if any of you are having trouble with Gemini, Libra, or Taurus, it's no surprise. It's part of the holodeck program. You were supposed to have that problem. And you're like, what do you mean? These planets above you influence everything that happens to you down here. It's like a program. Think of a computer program. Think about that. Think about how that works. And everything plays out as it should, because it's part of the program. Now, yes, the program has a bit of a virus going on. Think of it that way. We got to cure the virus, so to speak. The virus is what? People not walking in balance. Okay? And also think about this place where we're at. The best way I can explain it is, have you ever seen people play MMORPG games on computers or even on cell phones? They have them on cell phones now too. It's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. That's what it stands for. It's a game like World of Warcraft or EverQuest 2, EverQuest 1, Diablo. There's a lot of games where a bunch of people get in the game together. They can all see each other on their characters. They can talk to each other via voice or type chat. Think of it that way. This place we're at is basically like that. It's energy in a system. Okay? And that system is ran by these planets, that grand clock in the sky. You ever heard the song from the band Journey called "The Wheel in the Sky Keeps on Turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow." Yeah. There's a lot of hints in music about where you're really at. Just look at, let's see, what song was that? Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave. Yeah. So some people call this a prison planet. And in some ways they're correct. Anyway, down here learning lessons. Try to look at it that way. Anyway, I try to describe these things to you all in basic terms. It's more complicated than that. But think about the numbers and the frequency. People are seeing these repeating numbers like the 1111. That's a portal number. That's gateways. That's the divine, the machine talking to us, showing us its program, its underskirts going. It's basically like, a flasher lifting their skirt, flashing, Seriously. We're here. You're in a program. That makes it a little easier when somebody does something to us, okay? It makes it easier to take or tolerate in some fashion or understand when you start looking at the planets and what is influencing them to do what they do. Now, very many people, there's a thing called free will or choice, right? A lot of people will make the right decision, right action. But then there's others that will do things the wrong way and not take right action. They won't use that Ace of Swords, that integrity, the truth teller, the lie, fabricate, whatever. But sometimes the planets will influence them. But it's up to them, regardless of those influences, to take right action. That's how you win the game. Think of it as a quest, like EverQuest. Okay? Yeah. It's a proverbial all-life quest to get to the what? Ace of Swords. The truth. Anyway, so we got this opposition with Venus. Like I said, some of you are having problems with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or Taurus, or people that have heavy placements in those zodiac signs, depending on their birth chart. Okay, but there's good things happening too, because there's this interesting alchemy happening. It's like you win some, you lose some kind of feeling. Okay, a balance is being had or being struck. The divine has got something cooking up, something new, something that might excite you a bit, might be right up your alley or wheelhouse. So think about that. Anyway, the Sabian symbol, the Sabian mysteries. It feels like something new on the table. Something is on the table. Okay? Something new on the table. And it's around groups, communities, energy of people getting together, basically, with common goals. Okay? And maybe even showing each other their expertise and sharing with each other. So each one of the group is lifted or ascended by the other because we're all learning from each other. Okay? So that's the energy that's coming out of the Sabian symbols right now, which is fantastic. That is a lot of people finding their tribe, so to speak. They, that whole thing about blood is thicker than water. Not really. There can be people that you'll be closer to that aren't anything to do with your family. Some of you have super narcissistic families, and there's no way that you'll ever be as close as you are to others because it's just not in the cards. It's not in the holodeck program. Why? I don't know. They say we chose this. I don't know about that. But I always say, it's like, why did I volunteer for that mission? You know what I'm saying? It's like, really? We chose this? Seriously? Can I unsign that contract, please? A lot of you probably feel that way. Anyway, it's interesting we're talking about 11. Because this card equals 11. 29. Coming to life. Coming to life. And it's very interesting because I'm going to show you the cards that came out when I went to bookmark the pages. For this one, we got the Six of Swords, or the Five of Swords, sorry, which is doubling down on this Five of Swords. Okay. And that the whole energy going on here. See this one laying down on the ground here. And they got their hand over their heart right here. Holding on. Resting after strife is what this card represents, or communing with your spiritual teams, whatever you like to call them, God, goddess, or angels, or your higher self, or interdimensionals, because they're a thing too. Yes, the holodeck is full of surprises. But anyway, I digress. See how they're laying there, and they're communing and being watched over by the divine. Okay, this is very much a healing card. And healing from what? Five of Swords. See how he's laying there and his heart, look at those swords pointing down. Well, this looks like the other view, like the overhead view. Just imagine him laying there, and there's his heart that he's holding on to, and all these swords stuck down through the ground towards him. And who is in the center? Whose heart is in the center? Well, that's a star. So that could be an Aquarius that's resting here, or somebody with heavy Aquarius placements. Okay? And I know these readings are not necessarily for Aquarius, but this is smacking of Aquarius. So somebody dinged you. They stuck a lot of swords in. It's also defeat by unfair advantage, this card. And sometimes it's defeat because of self-sabotage. But it's interesting because the swords are about air. So this could even be communications that came in that were unfair in some way or another. But what's interesting is we got this 29 coming to life. And when I look at this card, see, I get the feeling that this one, see, they're holding this globe in their hand. And there's a little butterfly. They're kind of looking down at that little butterfly trying to take off. So this little butterfly is just blossoming and just getting ready to take off. And it feels like this one drops a bomb on them. So I have a feeling that some of you either have had a tower moment or are getting ready to have one. It could be a good or a bad tower. It doesn't... This feels negative for some of you, obviously. A tower moment. It's communication energy, air energy. And this little butterfly is the air. So it feels like possibly an Aquarius or an air sign of some sort getting bombed. It could even be a truth bomb. It could be just out of left field. I just heard that, by the way. Out of left field, wham, like another slap in the face, because there's 5 swords here. Okay, we've graduated from 4 swords, which is resting, recovery, to 5. Somebody just couldn't resist sticking that last sword in. Right? Anyway, let's read from the book. 29, coming to life. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. Now, for those of you that need to hear this in the reversed, the coming to life card is a gentle reminder to get out of your own way, to let go and let spirit lead. Okay, this is communing with spirit. Oftentimes, it's not somebody else bombing you, but this is also a card of self-sabotage. You got to get out of your own way, basically, and let them handle it, okay? New life is unstable in the beginning and needs gentle care. Farmers don't go into their fields and pull up the shoots of plants to see how they're doing. They know that everything has its own cycle of growth. Let nature take its course. Find other things to focus on right now. Simplicity and small steps are the order of the day. When the time is right, you will see the miracle. Okay, so very much. It's funny because on this card you see the water right below. And this reminds me a lot of the whole Marian method of putting ourselves in the water and retuning ourselves, okay? Retuning that DNA so we have a better connection with our divine teams, our ancestors, our higher selves, whatever you want to call it. They're our cheerleaders, basically. They get involved when they can, but most of the time their hands are tied and they're just doing their best to guide us. And we either can hear them or can't. That key of me will help for sure. Okay. So think about that. So resting after some strife or some air energy. That could even be not just communications, but it feels, see how that cross feels very electrical? So it could be some of you are just getting too high a dose of EMF or RF. So radio frequencies, electromagnetic frequencies, too close to your phones, too close to your computers, too close to a cell tower, too close to your Wi-Fi router. Yeah, that one will sneak up on you and you don't even realize it. Even anything that's electrical, okay, will give you electromagnetic frequencies, many of them. Yeah, I keep meaning I need to do a video and show you just how much is coming off of things so that you'll get an understanding of what you can't see can hurt you, okay? Anyway, let's look at this Four of Swords. Now, this is what's really interesting because look what we get here. The bookmark is the Six of Swords. Look at all the swords. You can't help but see that. And this is floating in the water to calmer waters, moving on, okay? That's what that energy is. But the Four of Swords underneath is what I'm going to talk about right now. This is Mercury in Libra. That's why I bring up the fact that we could be looking at a Libra here, possibly. Or somebody with heavy Libra placements. Maybe a Libra rising, possibly. Okay, this is Mercury in Libra. It is cardinal air. Okay, and this is balancing relationship karma. Okay. The key words are quiet time and introspection and healing. The Four of Swords brings the opportunity of calm, peace, and introspection. It whispers, listen to your inner self. Recognize when it's time to withdraw from the craziness of life. It signals pressures and stresses in life are getting out of control, creating mental tension that is unhealthy for body and spirit. So Yeah, they're definitely telling me you guys are getting too much frequency, negative frequency, okay? Whatever, in whatever form it takes, whether it's a negative person or negative energies coming in through the air or even the water, okay? So, yeah, we need to keep that in check. The ego mind needs to acknowledge it's time to retreat. The key to the Four of Swords is removing yourself from outside influences and distractions, taking time to decompress, reconnecting to your purpose, thus revitalizing the body, mind, and spirit. The gift of the Four of Swords is rest, regeneration, and healing. The Four of Swords is similar to the path of the labyrinth. The labyrinth's path, give me one moment, is a meditative journey of leaving the active physical realm behind. And that's kind of what I want you to do when you come to these readings. Just leave it all behind. You're just right here, right now. Leading you to the realm of spirit, to commune with your divine self, bringing back new insight into your world. The Four of Swords represents a timeout from the daily pressures and difficult situations with a need to seek a place of peaceful seclusion for solitude and regeneration. When life's disturbances become overwhelming, you become disarrayed and exhausted, creating stress with your mind, body, and spirit. Through rest and meditation, you can release the unrest, regenerating your inner spiritual strength, bringing clarity to your thoughts, and healing your body. Once you allow yourself to relax, a stillness descends, bringing introspection, allowing the ego mind to calm and meet with the inner realm of the self. At this point, you are presented the opportunity to reflect and reassess the situations or issues that are causing anxiety. Now, remember I was talking about negative frequency and how this key increases testosterone and oxytocin. Anxiety. It helps with anxiety. This key, this miracle key that I'm trying to show you, helps with that. What are other negative frequencies? I've talked about your computer, your Wi-Fi, your phones. A lot of things are giving off EMF. Some things crazy high readings. And I'm not even joking. But what else? What else could possibly be doing that? You have to think about that. What do you listen to? Most of you, if you're like me, because I love music. That's a big deal to me, music is. It always has been. Your music that you listen to every day on the radio or on the television or on your phones is played by music and instruments that are tuned to 440 hertz. That's a negative frequency. It increases chronogranian A after you listen to it. Chronogranian A is that stress marker that they look for in saliva, checking for types of cancers. I'm not joking. It is scientific research done proving that it's happening. So you need to be very careful what you subject yourself to. Okay? So they could be saying you're getting too much negative energy from somewhere. It's either people, music, frequencies like cell towers, Wi-Fi, you name it. Okay? All right. The Five of Swords. They're definitely talking about this. Some sort of seriously negative energy. And you got to get away from it, okay? All right, here we go. Now, I'll show you what they marked. They gave me for the marker for the Five of Swords card. None other than the Four of Swords. So they doubled down. That's my team for you. They're not playing. They don't play games. They doubled down on both these cards. Four of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords, all in sequence too. Check that out. I mean, come on. You can't make it up if you tried. The amazing holodeck. All right, the Five of Swords. This is Uranus in Aquarius. Originality. The key words are growth through conflict. The Five of Swords is one of the more challenging cards in the minors. The Five of Swords brings conflict, fear, and a strong feeling of defeat. It signals unrest and chaos internally and externally. That's what I was saying, that negative energy I'm talking about. It causes internal chaos as well, damaging your DNA. Okay? Feelings of uncertainty, discord, and anxiety scatter your thoughts. You're at a crossroads trying to navigate out of the darkness of confusion into the light and clarity. The Five of Swords brings big medicine to the table. Remember I told you the savory mysteries? I said it feels like there's something on the table or something new on the table. There we go. Big medicine to the table. What's the big medicine being brought to the table? Something new. That's what is being brought to the table. My team tells me that's my mission, is healing you. Anyway, okay. It helps you confront your demons. The key to the Five of Swords is to step back from the discord, quiet yourself, become aware of your reality, view it without judgment. Now, how do you view it without judgment? Just like I was talking about. Think of it as one of those games like EverQuest 2. And it's all in the programming. Okay? And those planets affect people. Okay? The things they do. So that helps you view it without judgment. Okay? And align with the values of your higher self. Forgive yourself and others. The gift of the Five of Swords is the strength to move away from conditioned negative thinking and feelings that don't support you, opening you to freedom and peace of mind and peace in your heart. Yes, in your heart. Reconnecting your heart chakra. 528 hertz style. The Five of Swords brings many levels of negative energy that need to be addressed, cleansed, and healed. It can place you in unfortunate circumstances, putting you in a difficult and challenging position. This card invokes the ugliness in life and the personality, cruelty, hostility, betrayal, dishonesty, slander, quarrels, jealousy, abuse, hate, and war are some of the expressions of the Five of Swords when it stirs up your demons. Either you become a victim in your life circumstances, or your repressed fears and pain push you to treat another unjustly. Others become victims to your dark words and actions, falsely empowering you and disempowering them. It can go either way. It's a vicious circle that needs to stop. Metaphorically, the soul, heart, intellect, and body suffer as you fall from grace. With the Five of Swords, your shadow personality has been activated, bringing up some unpleasant aspects of yourself that you have been ignoring or suppressing. What you resist is fighting to be reckoned with and to be healed. Misfortunes in life bring an awakening that change and transform stuck energy into new energy of growth. When the Five of Swords appears, take a deep breath and prepare yourself. The Five of Swords signals the power struggle between the ego and the heart. Defeat on both sides is occurring. Communication with others is poor, resulting in conflicts. Relationships hit the rocky shores of separation. You may be feeling victimized and helpless or projecting those feelings on someone else. The Five of Swords is a call for the reconnection to your higher values and morals of soul self, repairing the bridge between the mind and heart, taming the ego. It's time to take the steps to begin shifting and cleansing negative energies, opening yourself to healing by looking deeply at who you are and who you are not. You are constantly creating and recreating your karma. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you all. I'm out of time. I have to bid you an adieu. And I do hope that you really listen to that 528 hertz. It's a life changer and a game changer. Information in the description box below on how to acquire your own personal 528 hertz key from Sacred Waves, and it does benefit the channel. And information on how to get a reading, a personal reading from me. Anyway, have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. Talk to you later.